Calling the tribe.
Let's go!
It's showtime!
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Wait a minute!
Are you ready?
Hello, Heidi, and hi. How are you doing? You are on Two-Step Tribe. That's a two-step tribe. Check that out. We want you to go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. You can engage with us. This is like old school. We are radio, TV, broadcasts, all in one. We bring in the community. You can engage with us. You can give us comments, and you can join the show tonight. You've got Tracy Two-Step, but you might notice someone else on this screen, and that is RAB the Frontman. RAB,
oh my
welcome
goodness.
to the show.
Uncle Rhino got hairy.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. RAB the Frontman has done a lot and was just at the festival with us. And I'm so happy. And, you know, we work really, really well together. When we heard we needed a host tonight, RAB is like, I'm there. So stay tuned because there's a lot of changes coming. Great ones. These are good things. So good luck. We love you out there. For those of you who aren't on this screen right now, we love you. Hey, prayers up. That's what I say. Love you all. And thank you to every single person at that festival. Every person put in the work. The families feel loved. And that's what it was about. I'd like to go ahead and grab our guest. Our guest is Russell Gulley, and I want you to get to know him. I happen to know him through a dear friend, and that is Henry Turner Jr. He'll be on soon on our talk show. But Russell Gulley, you know, this is our music show, Rab. So, you know, you and I have got this covered. We've got this going on. And when I say Muscle Shoals, I'm going to go ahead and bring up Russell. And then at the second stage of the show, we have Sul Ross. So, Sul Ross out of Texas. So
Bring him in, Tracy. Hey, and anybody wants to comment, leave some comments, type in the chat, text us, let us know you're watching, and we'd love to shout you out as well. There he is.
There he is. This is Russell Gulley. Russell, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. Really glad to be here.
Well, I am so glad to see you. I got to see all your pictures about your beard and then growing over the years, by the way. So I'm starting out soft and saying I absolutely love it. And I looked up your history, and I wanted you to give a little bit of that. You know, Russell Gulley, the first thing that pops up is Muscle Shoals, Alabama. That was the first thing. And then the frontier and the arts community and what you've been doing in music. So you have quite an extensive, beautiful history there. That rather than me try to go through it, I did do your bio though, by the way. Rather than me go through it, I'd love to then, like, let's hear from you. Let's get some little bit about you out there, and then I've got some music too.
Sure, I got you.
Let's
That's
go.
what I thought you were asking for.
I am.
Like you said, I'm Russell Gulley, and I like to say I'm from a lot of places and damn glad to be from some of them. Like Muscle Shoals, Alabama. I moved to Muscle Shoals in 1973, right after Muscle Shoals Sound Studios, the Swampers, as a lot of people know them now, had just started their studio a couple of years before I moved there. And they asked me to come to Muscle Shoals to be a songwriter. Well, I must have been smoking too much dope and listening to too much Frank Zappa, because I wasn't writing stuff like When a Man Loves a Woman.
Oh.
So I wound up being, after being there for a couple of years, the group in order to make a living, in order to be there in Muscle Shoals, we took a job, a house gig up on the state line. Back in those days, Muscle Shoals and that area of Alabama was dry. So all of the bars and the musicians that made a living were up on the state line. That's the Tennessee Alabama line. And we started playing up there, developed a pretty good following, and decided since no one was recording our songs that we needed to start recording ourselves. And we became known as a band called Jackson Highway. We were named after the street address of 3614 Jackson Highway, the Muscle Shoals Sound recording studios.
Wow.
Jimmy Johnson, the guy that discovered and first produced Leonard Skinner, became our producers. And that started quite now I guess it's almost a 50-year journey.
You said Leonard Skinner, didn't you? I didn't accidentally hear that. You did say Leonard Skinner. Did you say that?
I did what, ma'am?
Did you say Leonard Skinner?
My relationship with Skinner was just Leonard Skinner.
Yes.
Was produced by my boss and our producers. Yes.
Yes.
So I think in a lot of ways, maybe Jimmy Johnson wanted Jackson Highway, our band, to kind of step into that role after Skinner had moved on to recording in Atlanta and a couple of other places, got signed to record.
Rab, while we keep rolling there, it looks like the internet is lagging there for Mr. Russell Gulley. I'm going to keep us going with you. Russell Gulley, as he's trying to tell you, is that he has worked with those of the likes of Leonard Skinner and many more. His extensive history is just unbelievable. He will pop back in. We've got plenty of music in here tonight, plenty of guests coming in. Rab, how are you doing coming off of that festival?
I'm doing good, man. Well, I tell you what, we got home about, I don't even know what time it was. It was such a blast. I think I was able to say hi to everybody maybe one time.
Yeah.
Over at Lucy Blues. I got to give them a shout out if some of them are watching, the owners of that place. That was a great staff, great time. There he is.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, we knew it. We knew. We saw it circling us.
Well, like I said, I went there to Muscle Shoals to be.
Yeah, he must be having some major Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah,
to be a songwriter, and after working with them for some 10 to 13 years, finally moved to Nashville, did a little work up there. Then I moved back to my original hometown of Fort Payne, Alabama, and got involved with the arts community. So I've done a lot of work with arts and education programming, festivals, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I still perform whenever I can get gigs. I stay pretty busy for an old man. That's why everybody calls me Old Man Russell Gulley.
Yeah. You actually have been. You have an extensive career history there, and you're staying very busy. You were able to send us in a few songs in here because you're in the middle of moving around right now. So I was glad that we could get you. I'm happy to have you and have the songs that you send in here to us. Again, Brad's up there. We're trying to absorb the extensive knowledge that you have. The history of the people that you've worked with are going to be way beyond the years of anything that I've touched, of course, or I don't know about you, Rab, but I'm just saying, like, I never will be able to say that I worked with anybody with Leonard Skinner or anything like that. So, Russell, I knew when we got the phone call about you and what you do, not just in your music, it's really about community too. You're out there, like you discussed, the foundation, the arts, you're taking part in things. And so throughout your music career, you've had probably different stages, different eras. That's a nice thing. And people
Yeah.
you met along the way. What is one of those circumstances that you would say is the most, what do I say, Rab? Should I go for the most outrageous story or the most unbelievable thing that none of us would ever even believe?
Oh, okay. I got.
I'm trying to hear. What do you think?
Well, I guess if you think in terms of the most outrageous story, as Jackson Highway, we toured, of course, with Ted Nugent,
Wow.
and Ted during those days, we were on the Wango Tango or Tango Wango tour or something like that.
Yeah.
Cat Scratch Fever was his big hit. And Ted was not known to let bands have have
an encore. He
respected us quite a bit, I think, because by that time we were not teenagers, but we were that.
As your internet cuts in and out, I'm giving them the tidbits to that. So as you were working with Ted Nugent and he saw that y'all were responsible, he would give you more airtime. You'd be able to stay on the stage. And Ted Nugent, they're one of the few that did not get kicked off the stage to say, it's Ted Nugent's turn. So, Rab, what I'm seeing is we've got someone on tonight that's well beyond experience. I mean, his knowledge and the people that he has worked with is invaluable. And I do have his music in here, some of his latest, not earlier music that he would do with Ted Nugent. I am putting a message out to Ted as we're speaking right now, so he knows that Russell's on the show. And I have a way of doing that. Russell, I would advise, there you go. There he is. Going out and coming back in is always the best way to do that. I was just explaining that you were talking about Ted Nugent and that he thought y'all were responsible enough to leave you on the stage rather than remove you. So as that,
well, yeah, we he just normally did not allow his opening acts I'm coming in here a little closer to the Wi-Fi because that's one of the signs that came up on the screen here.
well,
Maybe this will be a little bit better.
Now you got it, and it's pretty. Everybody come look.
Okay. Well, anyway, Nugent just, had this atmosphere about him and everything that most bands did not get a second shot at performing. No encores, that kind of thing. But apparently he liked us enough that we were given an encore. The strange thing about it is that we'd played all the songs that we were prepared to play. So we had to go back and drag something out of our club sets that we'd played, up on the state line there. And in order to actually have a song to walk out on stage and do the encore. But Nugent was, and these days, his political atmosphere and such, his attitude is a lot different from mine, but my memories of him are still very, good because he was very kind to our group.
Okay.
The other stories, from out on the road during that era were, pretty mild compared to some folks. One group of, I guess you'd call them groupies, were invited backstage by the guys in Blackfoot, and we were just sitting around the dressing room being kind of ourselves, but kind of being calm and collected and waiting for the call for us to go out on stage. Well, when that came and we go out on stage, the girls went out and sat down in the front.
Mm.
And as we're playing, we did our act, our show, a lot of energy. I mean, after you go out on the road with those kind of acts, you learn pretty quick if you're going to survive, you've got to put on a show. You've got to, be energetic. You're playing rock and roll, for heaven's sakes. Make it rock. So we go out and we blast, and we come backstage again, and the girls followed us back there. And they couldn't believe it was the same group of guys. We'd been so quiet and mild-mannered backstage, but yet when we hit the stage, as one girl said, you were a completely different bunch of folks. That's the things about Muscle Shoals is very laid back, and yet when we got our major label deal with Capitol and started touring with those kind of people like UFO and Triumph, you had to step up to the plate and really put on a good show in order to hang in there with them. I remember one night in front of Nugent, we showed up for the gig, and there was another band there, Nantucket. Well, we'd never heard of that band, but obviously they were good, or they wouldn't be opening with us, with Ted Nugent. We go out and we play our set first, and we thought we did a good job. And then when we go backstage and Nantucket hit the stage, that's when we learned that, it is a competitive game. You've got to get out there and do your best. You can't have a slack off night or anything like that, because Nantucket literally kicked our butts. Now, nobody kicked Ted Nugent's because he's not only just the headliner, he was there for good reason. He really had his image, his everything down. Say what?
He had all the goods. He really
Oh,
had
yeah.
the goods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me
he
again,
was-
Russell, the name of the band that you were performing under when this was happening.
Jackson Highway.
Jackson Highway. Okay, everybody.
Jackson Highway. Yes, that was the name of our Southern rock band that, like I said, we kind of honed our skills and did all of our recording there at Muscle Shoals Sound with Jimmy and David, the producers of Skinner.
It's interesting because we're sitting here and we're learning from you, and we're just casually mentioning, yeah, Skinner, yeah, Ted Nugent, yeah.
Wow.
You've had a very successful career working with individuals that most people, get to hear only through a speaker and think, my goodness, man, these have got to be the coolest people ever, the best music ever. And so that's why I was wondering, like, what the heck? I bet you had some stories there. But the girls, I heard you mention that the girls like to come around, Rab. You talk about girls after this show. like to come back around. I can't even imagine at a show where you've got Jackson Highway and then Ted Nugent, and you're talking about going back to a show. So I can only
Yeah.
imagine what might have happened.
Well, it was
If
just,
anyone remembers.
yeah. All of the members in our band, except one, were single. So, you know, lived, we lived on the road during that period of our careers. Thank God I wasn't married because we'd be on the road for months at a time. And then when we get back home to Muscle Shows, we'd either be in the studio or writing or whatever to prepare for the next run. And so therefore, you know, there was not a whole lot of time for family.
Mm,
And the other biggest story, I guess, that we're best known for is that two songwriters from Memphis came to Muscle Shows and were writing songs for the publishing company. They were black songwriters, but one of them, George Jackson, he had a big hit by the Osmonds back earlier in the 60s. One Bad Apple, Don't Spoil the Whole Bunch. Well, things seemed to be shifting in his world, and he felt like, okay, when everybody else starts writing in one direction, the best way to stand out and have some success was to write in the opposite direction. So in his case, he and a guy by the name of Tom Jones III wrote a song called Old Time Rock and Roll. So
are you
we're there.
referring to the classic old time rock and roll that we all know?
Bob Seger's Old Time Rock and Roll.
Wow.
Well, what happened is that before Seeger ever heard the song, our producers, Jimmy and David, asked my brother, who was the lead singer for Jackson Highway. His name's Dennis Gulley. And they asked him to sing some demos. So Dennis went through and pulled out some of the songs that he thought he could sing, and he apparently liked that song because it was one of the first ones that he went in to replace their vocals with his vocal. That's the way it's done in the music business if you're not writing the songs yourself as an artist. So he put the vocal on, and Jimmy and David, when they first heard it, both of them looked at each other and said, Bob Seger. They felt like it. That was the objective, was not that George and Tom couldn't sing, but if they sung the song, it didn't sound like a white rock and roller. It sounded like two soul blues guys.
Mm-hmm.
So they take his voice off, put my brother's on, and then they shipped it to Bob Seger. Now, Seger didn't like the song at first, but he was in Europe and he decided to play the song just to see what kind of reaction the audience would give him for that song.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by the time he gets off the stage, the audience is already singing the refrain, the chorus to Old Time Rock and Roll. So Bob comes back and he said, well, there must be something to the song because I got the whole audience singing it. And that was the first time he sung it live. Well,
Wow.
they go back to Muscle Shoals, tried to cut a track with his band, It didn't have the same feel, what we call the magic.
Yeah, the touch.
I tried it several different ways, and then he finally just went into Muscle Shoals Sound and told Jimmy and David, "Look, we want to buy the track
Mm.
with you guys playing on it."
Mm.
Now the Swampers played on a lot of Bob Seger's classics, such as Main Street, um, Against the Wind, a lot of those kind of tracks. So
I
it
love it
wasn't
when you say tracks too.
say what?
Yeah, I love it when you say tracks. You know, that's
Yeah,
back
well,
now. People are now saying tracks again.
yeah.
It's back.
Well, I'm an old man. People these days say beats and all the other things,
I
but
say
that's the way
tracks.
we did. That's the way we did it, and what what basically wound down is he bought the original tracks that had my brother's voice on it. He also, a lot of people don't know that, but our guitar player, Britt Meacham, also played on that track, that demo.
Mm-hmm.
And so he took, you know, Dennis's voice off. Now, he didn't take Britt, the guitar player's parts off because you can still hear them. And in fact, Britt got paid by the union, as one of the session players. But then Bob took it. Here's the good thing about Bob Seger.
Okay.
He's such a uh, kind and generous person. He rewrote one and a half of the verses. The verse that says, "Call me a relic, call me what you will. Say I'm old fashioned, say I'm over the hill. But today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll."
Mm-hmm.
He rewrote, like I said, about a verse and a half, but he did not take credit for having co-written the song.
Oh,
He
wow.
later said if he had known it was going to be the biggest song of his career, he would have asked to be credited as a co-writer on it. The
Yeah.
other interesting thing to me about that too, Tom Jones III, the co-writer, he was living in Memphis and he was working as a policeman, a cop. He was having some problems paying his mortgage. The song had just come out. And so he called Jimmy and asked about if there's any way he could get an advance. And Jimmy told him to call BMI and talk to the lady there. So he calls BMI and he's thinking he just needs $300 or $400 to pay the note, his monthly note on his house. Well, when he gets her on the phone, she of course asked him who he was and what was the song that he had co-written. When he said old time rock and roll, she said, "Well, let me go look and see what we can do." And she got back on the phone with him. And she said, "Well, I can probably give you 10 or 20. And now remember, this is back in the 70s or,
Uh-huh.
late 70s. And $100 means a lot more back then than it does now. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people worked all week for $100. But
That's true.
anyway, she gets back on the phone and she's telling him, she says, "I can get you 10 or 20. And he says, "Well, I was hoping at least to get a couple of hundred so I could pay my mortgage." And she said, "No, what I meant was 10 or 20 grand." it blew him away so much that he quit the police department the next day.
Yeah.
He decided he was going to be writing songs for the rest of his life. He,
Yeah.
he co-wrote a couple of songs that were on our Capitol album as well. I
Mhm.
wish, since we've talked so much about Jackson Highway, and I love talking about them, I wish I had sent you a couple of their songs,
Songs.
Jackson Highway songs, so you could see what we were doing back in those days.
Well, you can get it to me, and this will still be here on the radio, so we can play it and spin it and let everybody hear it. So you can
I'll
still get it to me, and I'll make sure we get it out there. I'd love to hear it for sure.
I'll arrange to do that in just another day or so.
Well, that's perfect. I love it.
Well, since going through that era, getting married and having children, and then getting involved with the arts community, I produced a lot of traditional music events. That's what really brought me more into the community of blues, which is where I learned a lot from Henry Turner.
Mhm.
I never thought of myself as a blues singer. I still am reluctant to have anyone call me, quote, a blues man, but I think it's beginning to be something that I really relate to from the perspective. Henry and I did a little jam session the last time I was on the Cutting Edge,
Yes.
and he saw our duo, our little jam session that we did, as the bringing together of Alabama blues or Muscle Shoals blues and New Orleans or Louisiana blues.
Yeah.
And so it's people like that that kind of have accepted me into the traditional and blues world, which is how I wound up recording the record that I sent you.
Yes. And it is Henry Turner. Are you talking about Cutting Edge this last year or before?
Not this,
Yeah.
just past Cutting Edge. It was last year.
Gotcha.
I've been down there several times. I've known Henry for a little while,
Mhm.
but when I was down there in 24 is when we started discussing the possibility of him and myself doing a duo record, which of course would be kind of a meeting of Louisiana and Alabama blues.
Most definitely. I love every bit of this. We have you on. We also have Sul Ross coming in here tonight live. So we got you, and we've also got another individual coming in. We're sharing music all the way from history that nobody else is going to find. I feel like I need to do a documentary. Literally, I'm listening to you and saying, "My Lord, we need to do a documentary with all of this extensive knowledge that you have." And as far as playing blues, I would say definitely you do qualify. You're very good at what you do. So I think that's amazing. And then Rab, I don't know if you have questions, but
Yeah. So are we talking about Henry Turner Jr. from Baton Rouge?
yes.
Yeah.
I could have sworn I met him in Mississippi last time I was down there.
Mm.
He was in I think he was in Vicksburg hanging out doing some stuff. And when they were doing how they do those every now and then, little towns like that, they'll do the pub crawls or whatever they do with the street where all the
he runs multiple festivals.
They were trying to get that going there. I could have sworn I met him down there. Amazing man, awesome guy.
Yeah, he is. He is tremendous.
Doesn't he have a listening room? I think he has a listening room.
Yes, he does in Baton Rouge.
Yes.
Wow.
When I first met Henry was about 20 years ago. A lady was kind of following me back then. It was before actually I went to Facebook. It was back when we had MySpace. If
Oh,
either
wow.
one of you remember them. And
now we have X.
so we started communicating with each other because this lady sent me a message and some information on Henry. I working with the arts community and doing festivals up here. We were thinking of bringing him, and at that time he was playing reggae music, traveling all over the country as a reggae musician, and kind of lost track of him. Never did actually get to bring him up here to perform. And then the State Arts Council started a program where they would provide funding. For example, I think it covered, say, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama, the 3 states. If you were in Louisiana and you wanted to book someone like me from Alabama, then you were eligible for a grant that would pay for the artist. Well, the same thing was true in Mississippi. If you were in Mississippi and wanted to book a Louisiana artist, then you were eligible for a grant and so on. So they were encouraging artists from these 3 states to actually go play in some others. Well, I got this email at first from Henry and his friend, Mr. Cagle. I believe it's Eric Cagle.
Eric runs
And,
yes.
yeah, and they sent me a message. They knew that I had been working with the arts community long enough to know how to deal with putting together, grants and that kind of thing. So they asked me to send them some information, and they put together a grant that brought me to New Orleans. I played at the, I believe it's the Ogden Museum down there, and then down on in the French Quarter. Anyway, and the radio stations, all that kind of thing. For somebody who had not played in New Orleans before, it was really a great introduction to the community.
Yeah.
And it was because of Henry and Mr. Cagle that I was brought down. Well, that kind of reconnected the 2 of us. And then, like I said, since then, I've been down several times to the cutting edge and been kind of keeping track on him and communicating. And so, ironically, I had sent him a message that I was looking at not moving, but touring down in that part of the country sometime in early 26. And then the next thing I knew, he of course had sent me one message saying, yeah, I'll look around, see what we can do. I figured maybe play at his listening room. And then I got the message to call you. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah, I am glad that you did. We are working on quite a bit all together between the TV side, the radio side. We did go, so Two-Step Tribe, the whole group went. And it's funny you mentioned that you're just working on grants. Ironically, we just got back from a festival. So our foundation, Sergeant Two-Step Foundation, that's one of the areas that we were just talking about is grants. So now we have to start trying to figure out how that works in order to give back to we know how to give to the community, but how do we put that in effect to work for our artists and get back out there in the community? What you're doing is something that is my next step of trying to accomplish, which is the grant side in a way to get your artists back out there and going so that they can be successful. And one of those is by having a nonprofit that goes back to the community and does the work. then you're going back to old radio. When I say old, I'm talking about when radio was the primary source and they'd be in the community and everybody would come together, and then you took care of the artist, you took care of the kids. The kids wanted to learn how to play a guitar. I mean, so there's multi levels of this. So it's ironic the timing that you were sent to come talk to me on top of we just got through with our very first festival and thought, okay, our next step is we've got to figure out the grant side. And the same thing that you did, I had the same phone call and he said, you know what? There is someone you need to meet. Do you have someone booked? I said, I do. I got Sul Ross and he'll be coming on here soon. I said, but our first half of our show, I am looking for one of those leaders out there in music. And he said, I got somebody I want you to meet. He said, even if y'all meet just for a little bit in the beginning of a show, I think that forever, once you connect, it's going to help both sides. So with the wealth of knowledge you have, you mentioning, I see exactly what he did there. So now I'm putting two and two like right together and going, aha, I see what he just did. he saw two pieces of a puzzle and said, here, this will work. Let's put them together and let's see how we can continue out there in the world. Right, Rab?
So let's get some old man gold.
Yeah, there.
Well, it's I've worked with the State Arts Council here in Alabama. In fact, I just got through doing a arts and education residency for a new program that I've just put together called My Muscle Shoals. It's a combination of a photography exhibition by a legendary photographer from Muscle Shoals. It documents from the early 70s up to the mid 80s. He's very well known for his photography of Bob Dylan, for example.
Oh.
And so we put together an exhibit of his work. We installed it in the Jan Dempsey Art Center down there in Auburn, Alabama. So the students and the public could go through and see an exhibition of some 100 or so images of the history of Muscle Shoals. My part then became, I conducted a workshop. Well, actually, I did a short performance for everyone when they would first come in. Then we divided all the students up and I did each day for a week, I did 3 workshops where I took about 20 to 30 students at a time and led them through Muscle Shoals. But even deeper than Muscle Shoals, see, the reason I moved to Muscle Shoals was, like I said a while ago, to be a songwriter. Songwriting is the core of our music industry. If it wasn't for a song, and it's like we would tell them the story about old time rock and roll. I had to be selective because of this particular group of students were middle schoolers. So I tried to find things that they would, it's amazing how even middle schoolers know old time rock and roll and Sweet Home Alabama, those kind of things.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to break that one out. Sweet Home Alabama. What you know about that one too? Yeah.
Well, I don't know much about how it was written.
Mm-hmm.
I know when the group, see, even though they started recording and were being produced by other producers, they were on MCA records. Jimmy had tried to get them a record deal, but there was a technical glitch in the recordings that they sent out, which later became known as the first and last, or the Muscle Shoals section. So they did eventually come out, but it was after Skinner had gone on and made their name, and it was after the plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember, like I said, well, my interview with Jimmy Johnson, when he first talked to me about, he had heard some of my songs. And so I was touring with a soul singer at that time by the name of Ruby Winters. And that's a whole nother story. We don't have time to get into that here, but let's just say I learned a lot about civil rights and racism and all that kind of thing while being out on the road with her. A black soul singer, she was great. Another Aretha Franklin or Gladys Knight.
Ooh.
And all of her band members were white.
Huh.
So we ran into a lot of controversy during that early 70s touring with her. But Jimmy had heard some of my songs, and I came up from Florida. We were based out of Cocoa Beach at that time. So I came up to Muscle Shoals to talk to Jimmy. Now, here's the point I'm trying to make since we're talking about Skinner. I'll get back on track here. After he and I had talked and I played him a few of my songs, he took me into the studio, into the control room, and he put on those first original Leonard Skinner recordings. And he was playing them for me. And then he looked over at me and he says, "You think you're that good?" Now, what am I supposed to say? I'm trying to get a deal, find a producer, get my way into business. Am I supposed to say, "No, I'm not that good"? Of course, I said, yes, I'm that good. But after we started working with Jimmy, about a year later, that's when Skinner came out with Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
And so Jimmy comes in, he said, "Can you believe that? They called our name out in the middle of this song." He said, "How nice is that?" And of course, that reflection or that candid remark and calling them, writing that verse about the Swampers, has labeled them. They were at first known as the Muscle Shoals Sound Rhythm Section. That was kind of their official name. You'll see that credited on just about all of the Bob Seger stuff that they played on. But then they went back and called them the Swampers in Sweet Home Alabama, which was a title that was labeled on Jimmy and the guys by Leon Russell's management when they were recording there with Jimmy and David and them. He referred to them as the Swampers. Well, after Skinner used that term, that's what the world knows them as now. They don't recognize necessarily the Muscle Shoals rhythm section, but they know who the Swampers are. And of course, that and the documentary that's been put out on the early days of Muscle Shoals has really extended the familiarity, if that's the word, or making more and more people familiar with Muscle Shoals. In fact, I think it's growing more every day. That's kind of the base. That's kind of the basis of the arts and education program that I did, that I just referred to a while ago, called the My Muscle Shoals. It was stories from my perspective. I wasn't privy to a lot of things. For example, I was in the recreation area at Muscle Shoals Sound playing pinball with a drummer from Dire Straits, while Mark Knopfler was in the studio recording on the album of Bob Dylan's Slow Train Coming. Now, I didn't get to meet Bob. He was one of those people that really didn't like to meet people. My friend Dick Cooper, the guy I told you about that did all the photography, he was real close to Bob. But just knowing what was going on the other side of that wall and hanging out on the perimeter is something that is still very special to me.
Well, I think you're a very special person, and that we're going to have to do a like documentary style, like part 1, 2, and 3. So I can't have you just on once. I'm going to have to bring you back multiple times. We actually have a talk show segment that I want to bring you back on, because that way I can get into a lot more of this. And that way, not only can I do your music, I can do the history of all of this, because you've got a wealth of knowledge that would be not only do I mean I love every bit of it, but I want others to hear this. So there's a whole different audience that I'd like to put it in front of, and to have that history and knowledge of knowing what all has gone on in the music world. It is truly legendary. I mean, we're talking about names that I would never be talking about on here. Like, I love Bob Seger, I love Leonard Skinner, every one of those, but I'll never be able to work with them. So I go through someone like you, and I feel like someone like you who's done all of that work, you need to be on that type of show, a show that tells the story, a show that's a documentary style. So if you'd let me, I'd love to have you back to do that, because I need to do a more extensive interview with you, is what I see. I see that you have so much knowledge that I'd like to get to know you more. And I'd love to have you back on our show, which is where Henry's going to come back on. That is more of a talk show. And I would love to get that part out to my audience. So I hope that you'll let me do that. And it has been just amazing having you on, with a wealth of knowledge and everything that you bring to it. Here for myself, at least, speaking for me, Tracy Two-Step, I got Rab up here hosting, and we are just listening, so in tune with you.
I'm in awe. I'm just listening. I'm in awe. I'm just like, man, it's just
I'm just hearing the names and the information, and I'm feeling like I might be one of those groupies. Maybe not like that, not like the original, but one of those that's inspired by the story. I'm inspired by your career. I am inspired by your get up and go. I'm inspired by your what you've done. And I think that your story would help. I think that it will help a lot of people, including me. I mean, I could learn a lot. I'd love to have you back on that show if you'll let me. We're running into our time here. And so I don't want to cut it to where we don't have more of you. What I want to do is get you back on, have more, and then let you have a whole show on our talk show. And I hope you'll let me do.
I'll be glad to do whatever you like. Any friend of Henry Turner's is a friend of mine.
Well, you're a sweetheart.
Wow.
You're definitely a sweetheart. Yes, Henry is a beautiful soul to the show. So are you. So same thing. So anyone that's close to Henry and close to us on this show, that's how I know him, is through the work. Yeah.
But just holler at me whenever you feel like you want to. And again, let me thank you for letting me be on here.
I appreciate you.
I feel like sometimes I talk too much.
No.
But I appreciate you listening and the opportunity to reach out to your audience. And I'll be passing this on to my audience as well.
Thank you, Russell. That is another point that I try to make. When you reach out to more artists, give my phone number. We would love to have them on. I love to get the history out there. I love to connect. So you can send my number. I trust you. That's what Henry did. He trusted you. I trusted him. That's kind of how it works. And being able to get someone like you involved, we do have a lot coming up with our own festival again. We've got more news. And so just listening to you, I'm already learning that I need to ask questions. I want others to hear the knowledge you have. And I do know, like when I called you, you said, yeah, I'm trying to finish working on this grant. And I went, yeah, Henry was right. He knew what he was talking about when he said, I got somebody that I think that y'all need to connect. And that's you. That's Russell Gulley is here live with us tonight on Two Step Tribe with RAB the Frontman hosting, literally, and myself. And Russell Gulley, I've heard Jackson Highway, Ted Nugent, Leonard Skinner, old time rock and roll, legendary songs, Bob Seger. I mean, all with Mr. Russell Gulley and the Muscle Shoals. So if you don't
Mr.
know where
Russell, do you have social media and you have ways for our following to find you and check you out and play your music? What are you on? Are you on all the platforms, or give yourself?
Well, I'm on Instagram and I'm on YouTube. I used to be on what is now X and TikTok and the others, but to be honest, I'm just one guy. For me to keep up with all of them was just a little too much. But I do see that it would probably be advantageous to do that. My music, particularly not the Jackson Highway stuff, but the Russell Gulley records are all on like Spotify and Apple, all of those. On the social media, I'm listed as OL'MAN Russell Gulley, but on the musical platforms, it's just Russell Gulley.
Gotcha.
It is. I was able to find you very easy. And here's a picture I'll bring up. And for those of you who are just tuning in by audio, remember we have it full broadcast on YouTube at Two Step Tribe. Don't spell it. It's the number 2. Two Step Tribe. There it is. Look at this picture here. OL'MAN Presents. You'll find that in his background there. And the picture there it is. So we're bringing that up. Rab's showing too. He's very easy to find on Spotify as well. Yes. So you can find his music. You can find Facebook. You can find Instagram. You can find all that. And Russell, I'd be more than happy to help you with what you were just talking about as far as that old social media and all that stuff out there. We've got a list we pull from on our playlist and put it into the radio stations. We're independent too, both Rab and I. Anybody that's usually on our show, Sul Ross is coming. We're all independent. I think that you make a great addition to our tribe at Two Step Tribe, and that you yourself have a wealth of knowledge that I am just in awe of, and that's why I'm just sitting here listening rather than interrupting. I think it's just beyond a short radio interview to sit here and interrupt you when you're telling me something about Bob Seger's song, and then we mentioned Leonard Skinner. We're talking about the plane crash. We're talking about things that are, I mean, I don't know how, but this usually happens. It usually does happen. You meet the best of people when you have the best of intentions in your heart and you're looking to do good work and you run into one, it usually will bump you to another one. So I think that's what's happened here is that, we have a Henry Turner. We just presented him with an award through our foundation, through his festivals. And Mr. Russell Gulley, when Henry said, hold up, would you like to do this? I have someone. And I said, of course. No questions asked. I knew anyone that would be coming through would be amazing. But I have so many questions for you. I think I'd like to do a pre-interview also. I'm very, very curious about helping the artist and getting into the grants and different things like that, because we just did do art nonprofit. And there's a lot of artists. Sul Ross is one who's going to come on. We're all like in the independent lane. And what you're doing, it's not what it used to be. Because in the songwriting era, Nowadays, in a digital era, there's different ways that you need to get creative. And part of that is, and I shouldn't even say that because honestly, I do it to get into the community for the kids, the youth, the artists that are in need, or the families that are in need. But if you can bring in the good music with it, that is one way to bring a community together. And so that grant part is a big, big hurdle. And I could, Rab, when I called, he said, "Yeah, I'll be up late. I'm working on a grant." And I was like, "Oh my goodness."
Do we have a song? Do we have some song, a song from him, and then maybe we
We
can
do
bring the
have
other artists
some
in?
of Mr. Russell Gulley songs. I was going to ask him how long he minded staying with us because I'm going to pull up Sul Ross as well. So he's not down there waiting so that they can equally be here. And Russell, it's up to you. Depends on how much time you have. You can say, it's getting late. I'll see you in a little bit, or you can hang with us and we'll check out Mr. Sul Ross and you can hang with the show. You tell me. It's an open door.
Well, I'd love to hang, but that grant that we were talking about, um, I've got a deadline in the morning. Actually,
Yeah.
um, at midnight is supposed to be my deadline, but
Ooh,
I've worked with the State Arts Council so long that sometimes they allow me a little leniency, but I do need to get it done tonight.
okay.
And so I guess I better get busy. And
I
I've
knew
really enjoyed it. I look
I
forward
knew
to next
better.
time.
I knew that. However, if you had to say one song that I have in here, one of them, what would you say that I should play if I picked one of those?
Well, the one that seems to have the most crossover,
Uh huh.
uh, where people from different genres like it. It's done well in the regional blues charts, but I've just recorded an electric version of it that is more back to kind of what I was doing when I was with Jackson Highway, which I'll send that stuff to you as well pretty
Okay.
quick.
Okay.
But it's called No Hose Barred, and it's
All right.
about a real man, a legendary painter who was a minister. And the first time I ever met him, he was painting in his studio, and while he was walking around the table, he had several canvases laid out where he was just painting on one, then he'd step over to the other. His name is Howard Finster. You can find him pretty easy too. Howard has passed on several years ago now, but at that time because he'd been a minister, while he was painting, he was preaching
Mm,
and he was recording his sermon on a little, this is how far back that was, had one of those little, piano keyboard cassette recorders sitting in the middle of the
hmm
table.
hmm
When he finished his sermon, he pulled it out and wrote the title on it and gave it to me. And the title was Howard Finster Walked Through Hell Last Night. And I carried that with me forever, thinking it was going to be the title of a song. Well, it turned out to kind of be the theme of the song, but the song actually turned into No Holds Barred.
All right.
And real quickly, I was carrying it around trying to think of how to go about writing it. And then it was a couple of years later, I was watching an old Western on TV about the James Gang, and they were hid out in Tennessee. And over the ridge down the dirt road came a guy sitting in a buckboard wagon, and he stops beside Frank James and says, "Hey man, you going to the big revival tonight?" And Frank says, no, I've got to mend all these fences or something to that effect. And he says, well, you're going to miss it because it's just me and the devil and no hose barred. Well, that fit right in, I thought, with the story of Mr. Howard Finster. And so that's the song that has been getting the most traction.
You got it.
So,
all right. I'm going to make sure we get those in our playlist, and we're going to have them spinning. We'll get them out in the station. And nothing else. I want to connect with you along with doing that, getting the music out. I want to connect back with you and do like a whole segment with you. There's a lot. I feel like there's so much I can even learn just by doing that too. So I appreciate you and everything that you've done to lead the way and the knowledge that you have. And my Lord, I can't even imagine the stories. I literally want to do a documentary on you.
Well, I appreciate you very much.
We appreciate you.
And you too, Frontman.
Yeah.
Thank y'all very much.
You are more than welcome. Anytime we're on, anytime, any stage, anywhere, you're welcome.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you.
Russell, you have my number. We're going to talk. We're going to do a whole segment, and I'm going to be calling you about how in the world we're going to do these grants for these artists and get some festivals going. So, yeah.
I got you. I'll tell you one thing. The best advice I can give anyone that's working on a grant, whoever you're talking to or wherever you're planning on applying for a grant, if it's the State Arts Council, if it's a foundation, whoever, talk to those people first. Find out. They can tell you more about what they will fund, what they're looking for, and it saves you a lot of time. You can say, well, maybe I better not go with this one. I'll go with this one over here. And then if you find one like I've been lucky to find, my arts and education program manager at the State Arts Council, I love her because she's my go-to person. If they're excited about what you're doing, then you got a foot in the door.
I like it. Well, I'm going to try that. We're out here. We're in the Texas area. I do go all over, but we do have South by Southwest, ACL. We do have the Texas Music Office. So this is an area where I need to get that rolling. And so I can't wait to connect back to you. And I'm going to be asking you questions, and I'm going to get you on the same show where Henry's coming. And that way I have more time to sit down and spend time with you.
I got you. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. You've got my number, and that's my personal number. So you keep that.
I will. You got mine too.
And
thank you very much.
Send me some more artists. So we're all independents helping each other. And I just say thank you and big hugs. And I will be making sure that song gets out on the radio, especially that one, but all of the ones, anything I have in here is going. And we will be in touch with you very soon.
Russell, real quick, my son brought me my 5-year-old he brought me a drink just a little while ago, put on my desk here while I'm online, and he whispered to me because he saw you. He said,
Santa.
And I pushed him. I said, go away.
I knew that was
that's not Santa in Alabama. That's the next song coming your way. Santa in Alabama.
Can write a song together.
I substitute teach sometimes to kind of help keep me floating along between gigs and such. And I've had many a teacher tell me, say, you can come back anytime because the kids are well behaved because they think I'm Santa and I'm keeping a list and checking it twice.
There you go.
Okay, good night.
Yeah, I did.
You have a good one.
Yeah, you too, Mr. Russell Gulley. Live tonight. We thank you. We appreciate you for all that you've been doing, and I can't wait to connect more. And then from there, go ahead, send my number to those that you want to come through to us, and I'll be in touch with you about doing a full interview. We
all righty.
You. Thank you. So Russell, Gulley has been with us, and we appreciate you and we thank you for being here with us tonight.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
So much, my friend. I can't wait to connect. We're going to move on forward, and as we do so, I'll be pulling up Sul Ross. And until I do that, I'm going to go ahead, Rab, and grab No Holds Barred. And I'm going to make sure that song gets rolling right now. And as soon as I see Sul Ross pop up, I don't see him right now. As soon as I see him pop up, I'll pull him in. This is No Holds Barred. This is Mr. Russell Gulley.
Howard Finster walked through hell last night. Said he's looking for the devil, gonna give him a fight. Salvation in his pocket, good book in one hand. The other held a ticket to the promised land. He said, step back, people, see my battle scars. It's just me and the devil and no holds barred. Me and the devil and no holds barred. Now I wanna go to heaven, but I don't wanna die. I keep praying for peace, but I don't know why. There's always some demon trying to fire things up, and there ain't no peace this side of the dirt. So step back, people, see my battle scars. It's just me and the devil and no holds barred. Me and the devil and no holds barred. Howard Finster walked through hell last night. Said he's looking for the devil, gonna give him a fight. Salvation in his pocket, good book in one hand. The other held a ticket to the promised land. So step back, people, see my battle scars. It's just me and the devil and no holds barred. 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 Me and the devil and no holds barred.
I take my six this morning and that's the fifth up in St. Pete First. Enter ye in at the straight gate. Wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to the destruction, and many there be that go in thereat. This train is known as the Black Diamond Express train to hell. Sin is the engineer, pleasure is the headlight, and the devil is the conductor. I see the Black Diamond as she starts off for hell. The bell is ringing, hell bound, hell bound. The devil cries out, all aboard for hell.
Wow, that is Russell Sully there that has been with us live here on Two Step Tribe. I mean, literally, that is one of those like
I'm gonna check him
knocking
out.
that out of the park. Can you even imagine? We just sat right there and talked to someone who's worked with Skinner, we're talking about Bob Seger, all the things that he's talked about. I was like, oh my goodness, we need to have a whole nother show dedicated just to sit down and have a full show with him. I was like, wow, the wealth of knowledge, Rab. Saul, I'm looking for Sul Ross right now. He is joining us. He's got his camera off, so I wasn't going to pull on him. We've got plenty of songs in here. When you're ready, Saul, let us know. I think what happened is he's waiting and he's taking care of something right now. That's basically what we'll say. So he stepped out a minute. As we're here on Two Step Tribe, it's the number 2. Again, you're on with Rab the Frontman and Tracy Two Step. Rab, what do you think about hosting? You jumped in on one that was not even what I was expecting, so I haven't been thrown that yet either.
I gotta say, I was a little bit shocked this morning seeing that. I thought, oh my goodness, what is she trying to do to me?
Yeah.
I'm barely caught up on sleep from Saturday, let alone one. And then on top of that, then you said who was going to be on, and I thought, well, let me check these guys out. And
Did you?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I was like, I'm not. Uncle Rado, he must be pretty busy to miss Russ. That's great.
I don't even think he had the knowledge, to be honest. He's been busy, and we had something come through, and I was trying to get the information out on who it was. And I was hoping, but he was taking care of something today, family-wise. So shout out to him. But the crazy thing is he doesn't even know that it was Russell. He does know about Sul Ross. Sul Ross is familiar with our show, but he did not know about Russell. Russell was something that had been in there almost as a surprise for me and a surprise for him. So he can go back and I'll do a follow-up on that. Rab the Frontman is in here, and as soon as I see Sul pop back in, there he is. Oh, there he is. Literally. There he is. Sul Ross, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. You're back here on Two Step Tribe Live with us. Also, Sul.
Yes, ma'am.
So I can see you, and other people can't. When you were backstage, did you hear even half of what he was saying?
Oh yeah. That guy's
going, what?
very interesting. That's some
I'm
really
like,
good
wait a
stories,
minute.
too.
We ended up talking about Leonard Skinner, Ted Nugent, Bob Seger, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to do a full interview.
Caught up in the campfire stories, man. I looked at the clock and it was 5 minutes in, and then I looked up and we were an hour in, and I thought, oh my gosh, this guy Soul's being really patient.
He is a documentary, and I can't wait to get more out of there from him. I'm trying to get that banner down from production. I don't see it since we're not rolling that song. Sul Ross is on the show. Sul Ross, you're familiar. You're familiar with our show too. So when I was contacted, I said, of course, anything going on with Sul. Haven't checked in with you in a while. Sul, are you at your, I shouldn't be asking if you're home. Don't tell me your address. Are you in your home or are you
Well, yeah, I'm at home.
Okay, because
kind of
I see some legendary pictures
up there.
Huh?
He travels with the royalty back behind him.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I swear I see
I was
some.
gonna say that'd be some hotel room there.
Yeah.
I thought you might be playing somewhere and there's just some like cool place you're at, but no, it's your home.
No, yeah, I'm at the house.
You're at the house. Good. How have you been doing?
Been doing
Music.
really good.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing much really. I mean, we've just been writing, doing a couple things in the studio and getting ready for 2026.
Uh-huh. And so your big plans are get out there and tour, or are you familiar with Rab? Have y'all met?
I don't think we've ever met.
Okay. Well, Rab the frontman there is like my best buddy over there. We just did a whole huge, our first festival kicked off, went very well. And this is Sul Ross. Sul Ross has been on before. Great music right here in Texas. And what area? You don't have to say exactly where, Sul, but Orange, what area are you around?
Central Texas, like the Waco area.
So Sul is very close to Rab and I. Let's put it that way. And so one of the reasons I thought about it is there's someone in common with our whole foundation, and Rab the frontman with myself, Tracy Two-Step. Yes, I said it third person. And Sul Ross. We are actually all within a very short radius of each other. So I did not plan this. Someone else did. Excuse me. And I think it's a great idea too. So I was happy to hear when they said, wait a minute. So Rab, you kind of got like, I got a right idea. And I was like, wait a minute. The right person for this is Rab, as far as hosting anything. And then the other artists I could think of, because there's only a few around our area that are going to be working in the circles we're in, because we are independent. We are supporting each other. So Saul, that would be Rab. And what we're trying to figure out, and then moving forward on our next big festivals, concerts, and moves that we're taking in our foundation, which is music oriented, and then with our musicians and the routes that we want to take. So who are you playing with right now? Like full band or?
Yeah, I'm playing full band. I finally hired a bunch of young guys that they're still hungry, and they love being around, and they're just ate up with it, and so it makes my life a lot easier having
good.
that around me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been really good.
Have you been playing like around the Central Texas area, or just trying to get things booked?
Yeah. Last weekend we played McGregor's Founders Day, and it was us and Booger Boyles, and there was a Tejano band, but I can't remember the name. I wasn't real familiar with them, but they were pretty good.
Huh.
Were they from your area too?
I don't think so, but they might. Like I said, they might have been. I've never heard of them.
Did they just play Tejano, or did they kind of play a little bit of everything?
It was just Tejano as far as I knew. So, but it was a cool little thing. I used to play it back in the day, and it's really grown now. It's more like a small fair. And
where was it at?
In McGregor, Texas. It's
McGregor.
their Founders Day. Yeah, their Founders Day that they have.
Yes.
So they put a big stage out there, and do it all up professionally, and they have a whole carnival, and they close part of downtown off, and it's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, that's a lot of what we used to do back in the day in the other foundation. I had this foundation we have now, we're kicking off, and that's exactly where we're headed, is to shutting down things, doing that, and also onto the bases. So we've worked on getting dates secured for the bases. And then aside from that, Rab and I are in the same vicinity that you kind of are in, starting to try to figure out locations on like Thursdays, Fridays, going in. And then Rab has a special way that he can not only MC, but sing and pull in music that sounds like our music, the sound of it and everything about it. It just hypes up the whole show in itself. So pulling in Rab, there's a lot of working pieces right now. And so when I got a call today and they said, wait, Sul Ross is the piece to put in there, I said, all right, pull him in. I know who he is.
Yeah, I've been here. I got to be here with y'all during the summer. That was when I was on the side of the road doing it out of my truck. And
I forgot about that part.
I was halfway to Rockport.
I love that scenery. Yes, he was on the side of the road, literally on your way. Oh my goodness, I just remembered that. You definitely were. Well, you look very well rested this time.
Thank you.
You definitely look like you've got your. We needed to do this. See, I'm glad that I got the phone call. That's great news. I was blown away, y'all. I got to tell you, I when Russell, they got a hold of me and said, "Do you want to?" He's looking to do this. I'm like, "Well, sure." And I did what Rab did. I started researching. And I went, "Holy cow! How in the world do you even interrupt and ask or say the next word was this and that?" I'm like, "Oh Lord." And I love to hear, the true stories behind those artists who put in that work, back in the day. And he's still sitting there working on the grants. The grants, Rab knows. It's like the festival we just finished. It's something that we're going to need to be working on. That's how you pull off those things you were at. So
Right.
that's how it works. I mean, if you want to make it work, I'm thinking I'm an all or nothing, and Rab's kind of figured that out. I think you might know it by now too. So it's if we're going for it, we're going for it. So
I actually did work with you. So
yeah.
I think it was back in July. You came down to Buda, Texas, to Buck's backyard, and
That's right.
You did the festival that we headlined for the Kerr County. I think it was a Sunday. You were there.
Yeah,
Like,
my
so many
bus
different
broke
artists.
down.
Yeah, so many different artists. We just kind of said hi bye type thing. But yeah, I remember you.
Yeah. I think we're. And I was trying to get back home because on the way down there, my bus broke down. I had to leave it on the side of the road, and so I was trying to get back to that. And yeah, so I was like in and out, and I might have shook hands and I might have said hi to some people, but it was just real quick. So that makes sense though.
It's a lot. I do have to say this, Rab. We were just doing that festival, and just to make sure the families were okay, the people were running good, all of that. I mean, it's a lot of work, and it's trying to focus on what the day's about and not forgetting it. And so, like, if you've messed up in one spot, you hope that it's never with the families. And so I'm very happy that we were able to do what we just did. And I'm saying that because if there is something there that, somebody feels they didn't get the attention, it wasn't about that. It was about taking care of the families. It was about making sure the artists knew that we were grateful. And again, I got to go back and say it's about the families. The reason that we were there is what got taken care of. And I can tell you the amount of messages, the amount of posts. If you went and dug in the areas that I get pulled into about those who are no longer here, those moms, dads, whether they're all crying and hugging and just they're digging through the pictures to see if their loved one's name is on the flag. And I mean, it doesn't get better than that. So there's nothing that can knock you down when you know for a fact that you have made a difference in that many people's lives by doing an event like that. So I got to tell you that I hope that Rab knows, and everyone that worked at the and it wasn't Two Step Tribe, it was Sergeant Two Step Foundation, the festival, which Two Step Tribe comes out, and we all work together, and we took care of the families. So that's what's important. And I want y'all to know, everybody to know, that I've heard from a lot of them, and they want to say thank you, more than thank yous. They're like, we just don't even know. I'm like, thank yous enough. I'll pass that along. I'll tell Uncle Rhino. I will tell the Wilson family. I will tell the Perkins. And I get in trouble, so I need to stop saying names, because I know when I don't say one, it's like you might as well just stop, because you're digging yourself a hole there. So Sul Ross, we have several people working with us that are not just on the board, building committees and things we're doing. So I'm glad to get back in touch with you. I do have a couple of your songs in here that I am going to play. And then I have a Rab up there actually hosting. Rab, picture this. You got your different artists that come in, like you got Saul right now. You never know who's coming in through the show. What is it like for you? Because usually now, Saul, if you've ever, when you go to a Rab show, you'll know, like, he's front and center. You can hear him. He's not quiet. And so I was like, this is the guy that's going to host. And so getting him on radio, I think, will be the perfect thing. And I think it fits your personality, Rab. very well.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm new to the radio thing. I've been on stage since I was 7 years old. So
Yes. Well, you can not leave your house and still take care of radio. And I don't know if you know this. We'll talk on back channels on ways you can go in because you're on BMI. Sul Ross, are you on BMI or ASCAP?
ASCAP.
Yeah. So as long as you are on one of those, I'll tell you how you do that, Rab. And you still get credit sitting there doing radio and what we do and how I can tell you that this works for you as well. So, and then we get to help the independent artists get their music, your music, all of us get all of our music out there. So, because none of us are getting paid, but I can tell you how you can get paid and how things are about to start turning. So that's why I immediately said, I got to grab Rab, literally. I got to grab him. And then I'm going to tell him how and what we're doing. So on the back channel, I'll tell you, Rab, how you about that, because that will all pull together. Sul Ross, as you're looking to put together your schedule, remember us. We've got a few things coming up. We will be doing Patriot Fest. We always do something after Veterans Day, Memorial Day, June for sure. It's probably going to be our largest festival is June. We've got a West Coast offer that I'm looking at right now with some other people. When I say we or I don't mean just me. I mean the actual people who've been working on it. So I hope that's not taken the wrong way, literally. As y'all know. Now, I have been known to put together stages and stuff. I'm not scared to do it. But I'm saying that it's not just me that's pulling anything off. So I'm saying that it takes the whole team. But we do have a couple of offers on the table. So have you heard of, and I grabbed you too, Two Step In, this festival that comes through our area?
Yeah.
Rab?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm working very hard on that one right now. So I want us to kind of talk on back channels. But that's a massive festival that I'd like to pull the foundation side in. And
uh-oh. Now it's her turn.
and and as the old cats are working on it, they're like, Tracy, this is how you do it. And I'm like, okay, I'll learn. What do you think there, Rab? Want to hear some of Sul's music? Or do you
I would love to. I think we have two of them, right? We have two of his tunes.
We do.
What do you recommend first, Sul?
Weather? You want to check the weather?
Yeah, you can do the Weatherman one. So.
Yeah, he's got one. It's called Weatherman. Everybody out there,
hit up his social medias and his. Are you on all the platforms, Sul?
Yes, then all the handles are the same. It's at Sul Ross TX.
Check him out. Follow him.
Yeah, and that's SULROSSTX, and that's how you find him anywhere online looking for his music or anything. This song is called Weatherman. Let's check that out.
She's wild as a Texas tornado, with a head harder than nail, smile shining like a rainbow, and she can make it hard to tell where she'll blow like four winds. She might drown you out again. You better be a weatherman. She'll leave you guessing all she can. Two below and cuddled up, holding me tight, or a Gulf Coast hurricane Saturday night. And if she gets mad, just wait about an hour. She'll go to sunshine from all the scattered showers. She's got all the seasons in the palm of her hand. To love a Texas cowgirl, you better plan to be a weatherman. She got a temper like a love winter, Hair twirl like the Abilene winds, legs harder than a Corpus summer, eyes softer than falling lucky. She's gonna blow like a four winds. She might drop you out again. You better be a weatherman. She'll leave you guessing all she can. Two below and cuddled up, hold me tight. On a Gulf Coast hurricane Saturday night. If she gets mad, just wait about an hour. She'll go to sunshine from all the scattered showers. She's got all the seasons in the palm of her hand. To love the Texas cowgirl, you better plan to be a weatherman. She'll love you soft as panhandle snow, or burn you up at 104 on the border of Mexico. You better be a weatherman. She'll leave you guessing all she can. Two below and cuddled up, hold me tight. On a Gold Coast hurricane Saturday night. And if she gets mad, just wait about an hour. She'll go to sunshine from all the scattered showers. She's got all the seasons in the palm of her hand. To love a Texas cowgirl. Oh, to love a Texas cowgirl. You better be a weatherman. Oh, you better be a weatherman.
You like all of our new little gadgets there, Saul? You get the full clap experience.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. That was pretty cool.
There you go. Yeah, we got some people out in Nashville, some good friends, saying, "Hey, add in this, add in that." I'm like, "All right, we'll try it once." We're actually keeping it, to be honest. At first, it felt really cheesy. I'll be honest with you. I was like, now I'm like, actually, when you're on the radio and all, and it kind of gives an end and a start to the songs, it does make sense a lot. You know, we're pretty raw and honest over here. When two-step try begins, number 2, don't spell it. Really bad about. I just don't want y'all to spell. You don't spell two-step. It's like that should be like in the top 10 rules right there. You do not spell that. All the ways I can tell you are not from this area. That'd be a great show. Moving along, you got another one in here, Sul Ross, about boots. And I was getting a hold of you today, and I was like, are we doing boots or weatherman? And so remembering everyone's songs. Y'all know that my phone is a walking Spotify, like, it's like I can hand it to Rob to do whatever and go, man, let's rock this, rock that, and still get y'all credit out there on the spins for the radio. So I love that. With this new band that you have, I have a question. So
Okay.
you've got these songs, you've got Weatherman, and you got your other song. Are they newer, as in you said they're young? So is it edgier, or are you keeping your same sound?
It's a little more edgier than
I knew you were going to say that.
right than when I started.
Uh-huh.
But that's before I quit. Last time that's really what I was doing before I quit. So it was more edgier stuff.
Okay.
So the album I released in 2015 was very much
Country.
that edgier. I would say it fits more into like what's going on now.
Okay. So you were edgy, tried to jump into the rock lane, and now you're like, I'm going back to what?
Yeah, because what I released was very much like Giovanni and the Hired Guns, or kind of more Whiskey Myers around, the old Whiskey Myers stuff. So it was kind of around that mix of things. And then coming back, I wasn't real worried about, I don't know, sticking to some, method or trying to label myself right off the bat. I was like, let's just see what comes out. So Scootin' Boots was the first one I released, and that was in 24. So
okay. And so we don't have any yet with your new band. We've still got you've got that coming.
Correct. I actually have one that we just finished that I'm going to release in 2026 that we're super excited about.
Okay. Are you sticking to the studios around us, or are you going outside the area?
I do a little bit of both. I did find a studio here close to me that I've been working with quite a bit lately. Before that, all of my stuff was coming out of a place in Georgia, so I would send them, like a rough acoustic version of it, and then they would just build it from there. They would have their own studio musicians and everything. So, and then they'd send it back to me, and I'd put vocals over it, and I'd send it back to them, But after a while, and I don't like technology to begin with, so
it's exhausting.
Yeah, it's just constantly.
That sounds so exhausting.
It's crazy. I mean, I shouldn't be saying this live, but I actually love it, and I do it exactly what you're talking about. I know that process, and I don't know why, but for me, it's the creative side, and it just, I don't know. I've always been teased. If you get to know me better, I knew the rock side, I knew the hip hop side, I knew the edgier side. This whole country side has been interesting for me. I will tell you that. Different. Yeah, very different. Like I kind of fit in all areas, but I kind of like fitting in over in the different genres. So I like to be in every. Actually, I would do every genre, but country is interesting in Texas. So in Texas, it's a unique brand, and it just depends, really. I mean, it just depends on the person, the song. I mean, because I like all kinds of different music. And so I like your stuff right here too, Sul. So I can't wait to see what you think is edgy and what I think is edgy. And that's when it gets funny, is when it's, okay, what do you consider edgy and what I consider edgy might be two different things.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean,
I'm wondering, what would you say is edgy?
So if we're going off right now, I would, if we're going off the Texas scene, I'm going to say like Pecos and the Rooftops. I'm going to say Giovanni and the Higher Guns. Obviously, Coetzel has kind of been that way for a while. And he's kind of mellowing out. But just anybody along those lines to me is more on the edgier side of it. But to me, it sounds more like it's closer to 90s rock to me than it is country. But that's stuff that I grew up on, so I don't hate it. I really like it.
Yeah.
Or Treaty Oak's kind of edgier. So if you're going real new, but
what do you say, Rad?
I'd have to agree with Treaty Oak. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
you do?
I know the drummer's dad is a good buddy of mine, and he's so excited about all his son's stuff, and he'll let me hear it, and I'll play it for him when he comes to the shows, and I'll be like, "Wow, that's what am I listening to?" Like it's very unique.
It is.
When did that start happening? Texas country has always been very unique as it began anyway, and it's crazy how it's just evolved, and it's all great. I mean, there's some I like more than others, but definitely it's just evolved so much.
Yeah, we lost all your people there, Rab. I think they were listening there to Mr. Russell, and I don't know where they went, but I could not figure out this one. Where the skies are so blue, LOL. Do you know what that means?
That's a lyric in a song.
Okay. Maybe that's what it is, because it's hello to you a lot. And so I didn't want them to think we were ignoring them. It was during the time that we were talking with Mr. Russell. So I don't know where they're at right now. There's a
Probably
good
night
amount.
night.
They went night.
They might have gone night.
I just said night. You just made me say night on air.
Hey, Uncle Rhino did tell me to mess with you a little bit.
I don't even know if you talked to him. I don't know if that's true.
No, he texted me today. He said, "Hey, you have my permission."
Oh, really? Well, I'm glad to know that. That I'm owned. I'm making a joke.
Well,
We
so
really
where
do. Like,
you
Phil
playing next,
messaged
Sol?
me.
Where you playing at next, Sol?
We have a couple acoustic things, but our next full band one's going to be in Clifton, Texas, at their fall festival, and that's going to be October 18th.
Okay, where is that about? What part? Like,
Clifton's like northwest of Waco.
oh, not far then.
Not far
Okay.
for you.
Mm.
Yeah, not far from him, literally. You're not far from the base. That's not far from Fort Hood.
No, it's probably an hour. I would
Okay,
say.
well, to me that means not far. Everywhere in Texas takes a long time, so you're not far from the base though either. So the base is why we're saying, we're going to go there and do a show. We're also working on something else, and Rad's going to be like, Lord, I asked to only fill up this day and this day. We're like, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, we got to get it going on. As soon as we get it rocking and rolling, it'll be rolling on its own. So, I had a great time with Rab. We should have gotten you, so you were busy. You had already had this booked where you were playing. So, being able to get you, we weren't able to get you, but the next time we're definitely going to get a hold of you for anything that we're doing. So, be sure and know that we'll grab you on our plans. And then anything we're doing out independent and that you're doing too, we want to kind of tackle the Central Texas surrounding area and kind of grab who is that. And I know the 3 people right here are all in that Central Texas area. So there's a lot to be done. There's also a lot to give back to the community. I'm going to grab your next song. Is there anything you want to tell us on that one?
Yeah, this is about the night I met my wife in a bar.
Yeah. Yep. I knew that part.
Songs. We all have a couple of those songs.
Yeah. I got Rad's in here too. Yeah, I don't think his is meeting. I think his is top shelf. So Scootin' Boots. And shout out to your wife and all, because he really was in a van on the side of the road doing an interview. Literally. And I was like, oh my goodness. But talk about dedicated. That is Sul Ross, who's on the show right now. That's SUL Ross. And I say that so they don't try to spell your name wrong. So Sul Ross is on with us right now. You can find him at 2-Step Tribe, the number 2. Don't spell it. You can go to the website, 2steptribe.com. Sul Ross has his own platform. It's pretty easy to find him out there. And when you look up the music, when you're trying to look for something out there, you'll find his music as well. It's easy to find Weatherman, Scootin' Boots. You got several out there, so that are very easy to find. We're going to go now and play Scootin' Boots, which is how he and his wife have hooked up. And now, after a blessed marriage and little ones, because they were there literally at that interview as well. They literally were. So it's a family affair is what it is. There you go. So there you go. Next song. I'm writing it down right now. We're going to go from Scootin' Boots to Family's Affair. Not that way. A family affair, meaning, you know what? Oh, just never mind. Let's play the song. Rab, just smile. Go on. Smile, Rab. Smile. Saul's laughing. I have to be able to make you crack that smile in Rab.
I had already muted my mic. I was ready for this song.
Well, I got you though. That's good. You see what I get? I guess I'm doing to you what happens to me. Huh? Interesting.
What are you drinking over there?
Who? Me? Oh, I'm not giving them advertising. It's sweet tea from.
Almost got you again.
I swear to you, it's sweet tea from a chicken place, but
Uh-oh.
no, they don't pay anything to us, and we're all independent. So I've learned that lesson. Like, be careful, you're advertising for people.
Well, I
I'm
found
gonna go
out
knock on their door.
the chicken does not belong to the church. That's for sure.
Yeah. There's nothing in that tea but sugar, which I shouldn't be having, but it's just sweet tea. That's it. We're doing it. Scootin' Boots is a sing-a-song that is now with Mr. Sul Ross, married happily with his kids, called Scootin' Boots. Let's check it out.
I can see the smoke dancing across those green eyes, the neon lights hazing glow, and I can see your beautiful smile. Makes me wanna stay a while. Got me locked in so deep, I don't wanna go. 'Cause I just wanna feel your skin pressed up against mine. Girl, you got me thinking about the rest of our lives. And we're just scooting boots on the hardwood floor, spinning around and both wanting more, falling in love to the rhythm of the chord. And we can end the night with a good night kiss, fireworks and night, touching our lips, light enough to see your front porch. We're just scooting boots on the hardwood floor. I can feel you move in closer with every sorrow. Sweet whispers kiss my soul as you sing along. I can feel your heart beating faster with every swerve. Your head against my chest, spinning me out of my world. And we're just scooting boots on the hardwood floor, spinning around, both wanting more, falling in love to the rhythm of the chord. We can end the night with a good night kiss, fireworks and night, touching our lips, light enough to see your front porch. We're just scooting boots on the hardwood floor. We're just scooting boots on the hardwood floor, spinning around and both want more, falling in love to the rhythm of the chord. We can end the night with a good night kiss, fireworks and night, touching our lips, light enough to see your front porch. We're just scooting boots on the hardwood floor. The hardwood floor.
Got it. Hardwood floors. So, Rab, you got up for a minute. Soul, did you see this? That was a song, literally. Sul Ross, Scootin' Boots, literally. Talking about hardwood floors. It's like, do I have a picture in here at all? The only picture I could find was this one. I'm like, I need to find a hardwood floor picture. And I did have one in here. It's yours. So I love that song, Soul. And so is that like you met your wife and wrote it? Is that what happened when you first met her?
Not when I first met her. I probably wrote that, I don't know, probably 4 years into our marriage, 5 years into our marriage. So
Nice.
Yeah,
Well,
we just,
your wife is a lovely, lovely person. Your whole family is. It's always a joy to have you in. I can't wait to
thank you.
hear what you're dropping. I can't wait to get you back in and actually in person be able to do more too. So, you're always welcome over here. And I know that our time and your time is important. So you can either stick around or not. That's totally up to you. I don't like to keep people. I'm glad you got to hear actually what I'm going to get Russell back on and then put his story out for everybody.
Yeah, you should.
Hear more of his story. I was just like, whoa, wait a minute. I couldn't even get that all into one show. So what an incredible individual, but you too, and everything that you're doing, Saul. So what an inspiration. Thank you. And I can't wait to see you in person playing. And anytime you got something coming out, something you're doing, let us know. We'll get it out there. And you're not far from me, so we do need to connect. And again, Rab's actually in the same area that we are. So need to start thinking about a few things out there. And I think that would be really smart. That could be really cool.
Yes, yeah. I would love to connect. That's my favorite thing about all this is getting to meet people. So
yeah, most definitely. Well, you're welcome to hang. I'm going to grab Top Shelf. That's the song there with Rab. Rab, am I supposed to say Rab and?
Yeah, it's a song I did in my Broken Days when I was playing with Broken Arrow. We did that together.
Okay.
I was a big part of writing that song.
Yeah.
Beautiful song for my wife. Actually, all the guys in the band, we kind of were at a show one night and we were setting up. I think we're actually at Buck's backyard. Buck's is like our family, man. We play there a lot, whether it's me personally or the band or whatever. And we were setting up on the stage, and I saw this girl walk by. And I said, "Man, look at her. She's Top Shelf." And it just stuck. And then we started writing stuff down, and we just formed that song, man. It was awesome. I think I played it at the festival.
I was so all over it. I mean, I love it. So I'll be playing it so we can spin it on here. I have it. I have Top Shelf and Footsteps of a Fool.
Awesome.
I pulled those two.
Yeah,
and
this song right here went number 1 on some chart a couple months ago.
Which one?
I'm pointing at it right there. They're standing on a dance floor. Zoom in real good. You can see they're standing on a dance floor.
Oh, is that you?
That's us. Yeah, that's you. Didn't hear it from me.
Oh, okay. I don't think I have that one. Yes, I do.
Footsteps.
I do have it. Which one would you rather me play? What? What'd you say?
Footsteps was last year.
Oh, last, yeah.
But
I have all three.
It's a good
I
song.
actually have yours. What do you want me to play?
It's totally up to you. I didn't know you were going to do
Well,
all
what do you want me to play from Rab? I can play you Top Shelf, You Didn't Hear It From Me, and Footsteps of a Fool. Top Shelf is fun.
let's do Top Shelf because I haven't heard that one.
Okay.
that. All right.
So we're going to do Top Shelf from Rab the front man over here.
Maybe you've heard the other two already. That's good to hear.
Here it is. It's called Top Shelf. What are you drinking, Rab?
Mineral water.
Mineral water?
Mineral water
Okay.
stuff.
Okay. It's
Got
all
water in
bubbles.
it. I can't show you. I don't.
Yeah.
They're
It's
not
just
sponsoring
bubbles.
They don't sponsor me.
That's it. You're hydrating. All right. Top Shelf. I hope it's Top Shelf, Rab.
It's pretty close
All
to
right.
it.
All right. There you go. This is Top Shelf with Mr. Rab himself. Here we go.
I can see it in your eyes. It's not that hard to recognize. I know the beat gets tough sometimes, makes it hard to keep that high. So let's hop in my truck, let's fly on down to the bar. I'm buying all night. Bartender, reach up high for that good stuff. First class, bang up fine, then marvelous. Dynamite, beautiful, high class, primo, 5-star hot, they're fabulous. put your hair down and hold my hand. You always remind me how lucky I am. Don't let the world steal your smile, hold you back, grant your style, who gives a damn? So let's crank up the night, hang around, get lost in the smoke, buy another round. Bartender, reach up high for that good stuff, first class, bang up fine, that marvelous, dynamite, beautiful, high class, primo, 5-star hot, that fabulous. I'm with my girl, only the best gets down. Bartender, give us that top shelf. Don't ever forget where you stand. You're the best of the best, girl. There's no chance they can never knock you down. How about another round? Bartender, reach up high for that good stuff, first class, bang up fine, that marvelous, dynamite, beautiful, high class, primo, 5-star hot, that fabulous. I'm with my girl, only the best gets down. Bartender, give us that top shelf. Give us that top shelf. Girl, your top shelf. Oh, baby, your top shelf.
What do you think about that, Mr. Sul Ross? You
I like that
one?
one. That guitar lick is very catchy in that song.
It is, isn't it?
It's gonna be stuck in my head for a couple of days.
Yes, I was
No,
literally.
that was a great idea. Like, that's funny how it came about. How you were just looking at that girl, and then you were like, "Oh yeah, top shelf." Like
Top
that's
shelf.
that's how the
Yeah.
best ones come for sure. Just when you're least expecting it.
Well, I only
That's
like
what
to
they
do songs that are, they're original. A lot of I hear some
Right.
people say that they just write just to write, and you can tell sometimes. When they,
Yeah.
but man, everything comes from the heart. I think that's how that's how it gets delivered so well.
Well, that's how
Good
it should
story.
be, and that's how I like to write too. Is that I really like any song that I have out anywhere right now has a personal experience to it.
Experience, man.
So-
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on that, Rap. I think that's the way it should be. I don't like the whole, oh, let's try to write the perfect song. Like,
No.
just write what you feel, what you know, and the rest of it will work
Don't
itself
be
out.
afraid to talk about it either. I mean, that's your life right there that you're
Yeah.
writing down. Don't be afraid to talk about it because, number one, it'll help sell it, and two, it helps people identify when they want, and that makes them want to get it.
Yes.
We're in all these different directions. You've got Tracy over there, you're over there, I'm way over here, and you have to have some sort of relativity to the people.
Yes.
And if you can give them a part of you without giving too much, then that makes them, it makes them feel special, and it makes you feel like you did something for them too, and they're doing something for you by actually listening to your heart. Give them this song, and then that makes them want to go get it or request it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does actually,
I think
and
that's
and,
really
the
why
and
it's
go
so
seek
long.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and go seek it. I have something I'll play you. When I think of edgy, I want to see. Here's the difference in what I think is edgy, and this actually has. I don't think you even have it, Rab. Rab got to know me really well recently, and some of my stuff. But this is like my 16-year-old is what I'm talking about, not my son Two Steps. My son Cash, is into more of a when y'all like alternative. That's coming back. Like every bit of that's coming back. So I'm like, yeah, I've already heard that. That's what I would consider something else. I'm gonna grab that one and another one for you. We got to get so many songs here on the radio pushing out so that we can keep our stations happy, to keep plugging all of our music as well as anybody else that we grab along the way when it comes to Tribe and Two-Step Tribe. Shout out to Uncle Rhino out there and his family and everyone else. All the work that you've been doing, giving back into the community. We thank you and appreciate you. I'm going to do Come Back Now. I may even stop it depending on how edgy it is or how out there. So you just never know. So if you raise up a hand and say, stop, Rab, that means stop it. Got it? Ready? Scared?
I mean, I've heard it all.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to. I know production is back there, and if Cash has something to do with it, he's probably curious about what's in it. So let's just see what's in this.
Ashes in my veins.
To me, that's edgy. Edgy, or if I did a little bit of a hip hop something. But my son, actually, that arrangement, guitar and all that, that's, you know, the 15-year-old that Rab got to meet recently, who's like, what, 6'3". He's bigger than Uncle Rhino, y'all. Like, I took a picture. Like, it was like, oh my gosh. They're about the same height, but he's bigger. I was like, stand there. I want a picture. I'm going to prove this. He just turned 16. He's into every instrument you can imagine. And he was working on a song. He was like, Mom, like, what is up with all these songs? Y'all need like something in there. And I was like, fine then. Challenge. It was a challenge time. All right, I'll challenge you. He challenged me. I challenged him.
I enjoyed it.
Did you? I don't. That was just like
that 90s alternative vibe, because I had a 90s alternative band back when I was first starting out, and we played all that 90s alternative.
Did you? Oh, really, see, you love that.
Me of all that. So yeah,
that's what's coming back. Yep. Yeah, so the kids in high school right now are finding that Nirvana alternative rock, and they're like, so like I was doing something. He's like, Mom, like change. I don't like that. And I was like, fine. What would you do? And then, yeah, of course he came. He has great ideas. He knows what he's doing when it comes to the music side of things. Not that I don't, but hey, he's younger. Like you said, you went with a younger band there. So, I mean, they're into a variety of things right now. We're in radio right now, and I don't know if you know the rules of radio, Rad, but when you're in the rules of radio, we have 15 minutes, and I usually wouldn't even say this out loud. I'd type it to you. But right now, so we're wrapping up within 15 minutes. I need to get in a few songs here on the radio station itself. That's kind of the rule method in radio, because we did do the first half with a lot of talk, and that's a good thing. I loved hearing Mr. Russell talk. So I'm going to roll through some songs here. What do I have in here? I don't have your other one loaded here, Saul, but I definitely would have something of Russell. I definitely would have Rab, and then of course me. Rab, what did we already played? Top Shelf. Saul, you want to hear which one? Have you heard his Footsteps of a Fool and you didn't hear it from me? Or do y'all want to just jump into Russell's and see what the heck we come out with?
I'm down for whatever.
I'm okay with whatever you want to do, Tracy.
I'm not going to complain either way.
Me either. To be honest, anyway, let's just get in here and let's play these songs. We've had Mr. Russell on tonight. He's got one in here called Get Down Off That Cross. What do y'all think? And one is called Howard. I'm just going to tell you, let's pick one of Mr. Russell.
I'm going to check him out regardless if you play him or not, but I'd really like to play him with him on it again, because I'd like for him to explain.
I'm going to. He wants to send me his new album.
A rich story in that other song that he left us with. It was such a great story.
It's amazing. Yeah, I'm going to have him back, and he wants to send his other album. So this is how much music he has. He has a whole different band that he wants to send me, and decided not to play these when he figured out what show he was on. And that is the reason we did not play his music up front. So he figured out he needed to bring a different set of music. And I was fine with playing this set. I would play any. I think I'm just going to grab a song right now, and we're just going to roll through a few songs. And that way we get it out. So I'm either going with Howard, Get Down Off That Cross, and then there's John.
Yep, John the Revelator.
Yeah. Did you hear it?
Why don't you play that one?
Okay, perfect. That's what I need. Decisions. I like it, Rab. This is, tell them who it is, Rab.
John the Revelator, Russell Gulley.
Thank you.
Mr. Done Everything.
Yeah.
Tell me who's that riding? Who's that riding? Who's that riding? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Now tell me, who's that writing? Who's that writing? Who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Christ went down in the cool of the day, called out by his name, said he refused to answer, 'cause he was naked and ashamed. So tell me, who's that writing? Who's that writing? Who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Now Christ had 12 apostles, 3 he led away. He said, wait with me 1 hour while I go yonder and pray. Now tell me, who's that writing? Who's that writing? Writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. I said, now who's that writing? Who's that writing? Who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Who's that writing? Tell me, who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book. John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals.
There
I
it
like,
is.
I like his version. I like his
You
version.
like that, Russell? Yeah, Russell Gulley here from the show Two Step Tribe. We're on live right now with RAB the Frontman hosting Two Step Tribe with Sul Ross. Sul Ross joined us on Two Step Tribe tonight live. We've gotten a lot of information from a person that's been legendary in the music world, as well as Sul Ross. You've got some stuff that's coming out. I can't wait to hear what you've got coming on. And like I said, we're all in the same vicinity. So shoot me a message. We'll have to figure it out. We could all get somewhere and definitely do something. That would be fun.
Heck yeah.
About it with RAB. Yeah. I can't wait. You've got my number. Get in touch. Let me know every time you got a song coming out, whatever it is, we'll get it out there for you. I'm glad you're not on the side of the road this time.
No, this is a lot more comfortable. Let's put it that way.
It is, right? Yes, I can't believe that, but that's called dedication. That's what that is.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You might be better than me, but I'm gonna work as hard or harder. So,
well, there you go. I could tell literally when I met you and your whole family. So it's been great seeing you again. Can't wait to have you back as the front runner up there. I hope that you enjoyed listening to our first guest like we did. I'll put him back on it. We have a talk show too, so
you need to get him back. That dude's awesome.
Whew, yeah, I will. So as a matter of fact, pay attention because Henry himself is on tomorrow on the talk show. So
Oh, no.
Again, we'll get him back. We got a lot going on, so we'll keep in touch with you and let you know what's up. You keep in touch with me. I'll let you know what's up. And here in a minute, I'll close out on Two Step Tribe with the song. But Mr. Sul Ross, check him out. Get his music going. Move it. Don't just click it. Move it. Move it to a playlist. We've got the Two Step Tribe playlist out there, literally. Oh, my goodness. We're on the second round. So hours and hours and hours. More than we're going on like over 30-something hours. So that's just songs. It has nothing to do with us talking. So we'll get that added. As a matter of fact, Sul Ross already added into our whole first collection, but now this will put you into that second collection that we've started. So
Awesome.
stay in touch, Mr. Sul Ross. Everybody, thank you for joining us on Two Step Tribe. He's going to say good night. Get his beauty sleep. He's going to get his beauty sleep. That was Sul Ross. Brad, we're doing great here. I think I should grab one of yours, unless you want to grab one of Mr. Russell's. That's completely up to you. I don't know if you know the rules in radio, but they go in 30 minutes.
I would actually like to hear "Don't Give a Damn."
Is that in here? It's so funny you said that. I actually played that on purpose, and I can't say why on air. Let's see. Watch this. Hang on real quick, everybody. I'm going to flip you through. There we go. I'm flipping. Here we go. La, la, la. I'm going to have to do it live. I'm looking for you. Just for you. You know what I can do? I will play one and I will load it in. You're talking about I Don't Give a Damn, right? So what I'll do is I can play one of yours or a different song called Neon Alibi and load that one.
Yeah, throw this one up. You didn't hear from me.
Yep, because my eyes are not as good to see what you were pointing at. All right. Hold up. It's You Didn't Hear It From Me. Mr. Rabs right here tonight.
Thank you for listening in. This song went #1 3 weeks in a row on a Texas chart.
Yay. And yes, you heard it from him straight. Here it is. You Didn't Hear It From Me.
I've been hearing rumors you found someone new, and even though it breaks my heart, it's my own fault they're true. They say it looks like love, at least that's what I've heard. And it's amazing how he's changed your life with just 3 little words. But you didn't hear it from me. No, I never said those things. I never told you how much I love you, or just how much your sweet love means. I had the chance, I didn't say it, which leads me to believe he's holding you now. You didn't hear it from me. I guess I took it for granted. Somehow you knew my heart. If only I told you the way that I feel, would you still be in my heart? Looking back, I wish I'd said those words to you out loud. It took you leaving me to see what the talk was all about. 'cause you didn't hear it from me.
Yes, I love it. You didn't hear it from me. That is Rab right there. And back on your wall, that's what you were pointing at. And I love every bit of that. I see, after, we get a very, very loyal following. What happened is we woke up. Ted Nugent got mentioned, all kinds of stuff. We woke up a channel over there. We got to do a big shout out to our community on X. And when I say that, I mean the platform. It's so weird to say. I got a community on X. Our listeners, our people that are involved live with our side of the music. Well, you can engage with us. Literally, you're on X right now. I can tell. I can't see all your information, so don't freak out. But I can tell who's paying attention from where, which channel. And we hit a switch or did something is what we did when we started up with the music. So I think just mentioning Ted Nugent's name might have done that.
What do you look up on X to find out? What are you on? Is it on Patriots or is it on Two Step?
We're always on. There's a banner running right now to cover it. Let me see if it's on there. But it's Patriot on Air. Yep, Patriot on Air. You won't be able to see them watching it from there. I hope they get that outfitted to where you can. And technically they can't message us, but I can go through our software and see. Because they would trip out for sure. But I can literally sit right here and pull up from each area and where. And every single time our X community, don't worry, I'm playing a song. And I'm talking literally to them. That pops up. They're very loyal. And so we built up this group I did it several years before I got back on the radio. You would be shocked at the amount of people and what we could do. And I'll talk to you on the back channels about that. But they are very loyal. There goes our numbers up. All I have to do is okay, push and share. I actually did load that for you, Rab. I don't leave my stuff loaded in here. And the only people that hear it is, there was a reason I wrote that when you asked for it. Don't give a damn. That's exactly what it's called. Don't give a damn. And we're loading that up, especially for Rab. Here it is. Don't give a damn. And a shout out there to all of you on X. The other channels, we do have some hanging in there, but our X community is always good. So repost that. It's not called tweeting, or repost it to the X community, our music lovers. Keep that show rolling out there while we're live. We thank you. And here it is. Don't give a damn. Let me know if it's the right one, Ram.
Is that?
They take and they take till there's nothing left. Leave me broken, heavy, out of breath. Every smile they wear cuts me down inside. But I won't let them steal what I can't hide. I'm tired of the noise, I'm tired of the pain, I'm tired of the sunshine that feels like rain. I've given enough, now I understand. I'm standing here and I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what they say about me. I just need a little time to finally breathe. We're all crazy, we've all lost our minds, but I'm letting it go, leaving it behind. I don't give a damn. I'm taking back my life. Every word they speak is a weight I've worn. Every chain they built, now I've been torn. But freedom calls like a midnight flame. I won't bow down to a crooked name. I'm tired of the lies, I'm tired of the game, I'm tired of drowning in borrowed shame. I've carried too much, now I understand, so I whisper loud, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what they say about me. I just need a little time to finally breathe. We're all crazy, we've all lost our minds, but I'm letting it go, leaving it behind. I don't give a damn. I'm taking back my life. Take it all. I've got nothing to lose. I walk alone, but I walk with the truth. Say what you will, I'll still stand. I've learned the strength of not giving a damn. I don't give a damn what they say about me. I just need a little time to finally breathe. We're all crazy, we've all lost our minds, but I'm letting it go, leaving it behind. I don't give a damn. I'm taking back my life. I'm tired, but I'm free. I don't give a damn. I'm finally me.
All right, that was
My
requested
goodness.
by Rab. Literally, I have not listened to that.
Sorry, not sorry.
I don't know. It's my true feelings actually right now too. I literally feel that way right now. I mean, it's funny that you asked for that. I have not even. I don't know that anyone else has heard that. Even I don't even know if Productions heard that one. You happen to be traveling, and I don't know. I was in the middle of. There's a lot going on right now, and so I was like, here, like check it out. And like, if someone does, they do. If they don't, they don't. They end up sending it over to somewhere else. But yeah, I forgot about that song. I need to get that over to somewhere.
So I'm gonna remember this from meeting Russell, from meeting Soul, doing this with you for the first time as a co-host. I'm gonna remember this at 2.5 hours.
Yes.
If, I don't know who's watching still, who was watching earlier. Maybe they're gonna go back tomorrow and rewatch the whole thing when they're not so tired. But I'm gonna tell everybody at 2.5 hours, especially a certain few individuals I know that need to hear that song, to go back at 2.5 hours in this video and make sure that they listen to that, because it touched me so much when I first heard it. And then driving up to you Saturday, you know, I had only had about an hour's sleep from my Thursday, Friday shows, and then coming back home and then rolling right back out after loading up and going again. And I had my whole team with me, and we were heading to you up in Conroe, and I let them listen to that song. So they were just like,
Really?
yeah, it was a tearjerker for sure. Shout out Belinda, if you're still watching, in the hospital with some family, going through some issues. Jennifer Sherman losing her son years ago. I'm sure she needed that. There's
She
a lot.
came up to me.
Yeah. So
I got chills just now because she literally came up to me, and the way she came up to me as only a mom can do, and like grabbed my shoulder like that, I was immediately connected to her. Your whole crew that came. I'm going to close it out with keep on moving, because that's what we all have to do. We got to keep on moving. So we're going to keep on moving right now on Two Step Tribe. But there's a lot that you and I need to talk about, Rab.
sounds good.
Keep on moving. I'll play for you. And that's what we all need to do. And so, yes, for everyone that you mentioned, Rab, this goes to every one of you out there. all of our families we just left a festival of. There is nothing out there that should be bigger than it's supposed to be. Like everything that happens on a daily basis, you just never know. And so kindness, compassion comes before that. And then you got to keep on moving, because sometimes you're supposed to keep going somewhere else. So I'm going to do, thank you for bringing that up. I do need to go do some registering with that song. I Don't Give a Damn is with Tracy Two-Step. I'm going to send that off. It's I'll say it, it's Iron Halo Music. It's mine. And then, you know, Two-Step Tribe wouldn't be here without Tribe is Uncle Rhino. So got to give a shout out there, give a shout out to everybody. But we are also independent artists as well. And so trying to find our identity within that is also something that we need to do. And I kind of lost my own identity there for a while. So I'm glad that we're figuring it all out. So I'm going to keep on moving. We're all going to keep on moving. And you're watching Two-Step Tribe, the number 2. Don't try to spell that. And you've got Rab the Frontman, and you haven't been to a Rab show. Oh my gosh. So stay tuned, because I'm going to actually try to pull off a Rab show on the radio and let you see and hear what that's like, because it is intense. It is like fabulous. I think Rab was actually meant to do radio, and he doesn't even know it yet, but he can work up a room. I know he could work up on the radio station, so I immediately knew that he would be perfect for that on and I'm going to say Tuesday nights. So for Two-Step Tribe, and I was like, I know the exact person that he doesn't know it yet, but you can do a whole lot. And then I'll get in touch with you about how to do that through BMI. We are both through BMI, and this is stuff I've learned from the people that are with us. So shout out again. I know they're taking care of their family and doing the things, and they couldn't be here. They said to send their love. So to everyone out there with the Sergeant Two-Step Foundation, Sergeant Two-Step Festival, the Two-Step Tribe in general, every one of us, we all have a lot going on. We all care for each other. We all thank you, but we all need a little bit of compassion and take care of each other. We got to remember, we all also have a path that we need to do for us. So love everybody out there. Thank you. All the families that are out there. Thank you for all the messages that they're just coming in. They aren't just to me. They're for every one of you that was there that day. And my message to you is keep on moving, because we're not going to do the opposite. So we're going to just keep on moving here on Two-Step Tribe.
Keep on moving. Love gonna leave scars on my soul where no one can see. Been knocked down, but I ain't beat. Tired eyes, heavy heart, still on my feet. I've had all the heartbreaks stealing my sleep, but I still wake up, I still breathe. You think you know me? Honey, please. You don't know the fire burning underneath. I gotta keep on moving, moving, moving. Ain't no chains ever gonna be holding me. I'm never gonna let you take another piece. So I keep on moving. Watch out now, 'cause you don't know where I've been, what I've seen, or who I had to be. Go on, go on, go on. Stay away from me. I've danced with shadows. I've talked to ghosts. Held my breath when I needed it most. Gave my trust where I should have said no. But I found my strength, and I won't let go.
There you have it. You've had a night here on Two Step Tribe with Rab the Frontman. Tracy Two Step closing up. Rab, great night here with you hosting. Hi, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I want to shout out all my buds that tuned in, everybody that tuned in from all over the place. Martin, my cuz, listening in, texting me. Shout out all my team that was tuning in every now and then, popping on, popping off. Thank you so much for letting me do this. Shout out to Uncle Rhino. I hope he's having a great time tonight, whatever he's doing. Prayers his way. God bless everybody that came out Saturday. Lucy Blues, man. Conroe, Texas was fun. It was a blessing. It was awesome. Getting to see a lot of faces again. I had a quick chat with Buzz earlier, and thanking him for coming out. It was just a great time. It was so fun. I can't wait to do more, make it even better and even better and even better.
You got it. I love every bit of it.
Your lights back there.
Y'all like my lights? Look, I'm matching Rab right now. It looks like you've got like blue and green or something, and over here it's like purple, and I don't know what's happening. That is courtesy of Rab. I'm gonna have to ask him questions. Even though I know tech, I was like, huh? So I have to ask him some questions on these lights. So stay tuned to Two Step Tribe. You can always go to our website. Every show that we do, the most recent one is always there. Two Step Tribe with a 2. I'm going to sign out with you right now. Rab, stand by. We're going to close out. Say good night to everybody, or good day. Good day. Depends on where you're at. Which country? Where are you? It's either daytime or night. No matter what it is, we appreciate you, and we.
This has been a Patriots Inside the Wire production. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Two Step Tribe, where you, the viewer, are always the rock star of this show. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share. We cannot do this without you. Your uncle says so, and you are loved and appreciated. Sergeant Two Step, sign us out. Let's load up and roll